let me ask you this. So then why did they take down his X post when he said protest peacefully and patriotically? Why did they take it down?
Wasn't taken down.
No.
It was taken down when he was banned.
But why did he say I mean, isn't it kind of contradictory for him to say protest peacefully and patriotically?
So the first tweet that he put out after learning of the violence was attacking Mike Pence. And we have footage of the January 6th insurrection by like the minute. And we saw that when Donald Trump put out that tweet, people became more violent. They were screaming out his tweets on the megaphone, and they actually increased their violence. They were pushing forward into the Capitol. And then later...
So what you're saying... So basically what you're telling me then is that people don't listen to his word, because if he says to people, protest peacefully and patriotically, and they get more violent, you're telling me then they don't listen to his word then, correct?
No, that's actually not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they do listen to his word. So when they, when he tweeted about Mike Pence and they became more violent, that's them listening to their word. And fast forward 180 minutes, and when Donald Trump eventually put out a video telling everybody to go home, people started going home.
Okay, so when he said protest peacefully and patriotically, if you're saying they listen to his word, then why didn't they listen to his word?
Well, people were already beating police officers at that point. They were already breaking into the Capitol. So people were like walking around. People were walking around in the Capitol.
I get you, but you can't hold two positions. You can't say people listen to his word.
Wait, it's not contradictory.
Did he say at the podium, did he say protest peacefully and patriotically at the podium?
Yes, and tweet it. He said it once.
Okay,
He said protest peacefully and patriotically once, and then 10 other times he used the word fight. And in those contexts, he said, you have to fight. If you don't fight, you won't have a country anymore. And remember, Donald Trump knew that there was going to be violence that day. He knew. Well, and he went forward with it anyway.
That's what you're saying. You can't tell me what Donald Trump knew. You're now interjecting your own thought of what he thought.
He did know.
But the point is, but how can anybody predict?
The FBI and the Secret Service briefed him multiple times in classified briefings, saying we have intelligence and we have we have intelligence and we have a high level of confidence that people are going to be violent on January 6th. We know this.
And that's why he requested National Guard.
And again, I'm asking for that evidence and this report.
And I give it to you. I'm telling you right now.
Great. I'm waiting for it.
I go to, if you go to your TikTok and go to the last video you just made. I
can't go through all of the comments,
it's right there.
Man,
I can't what you can't do. But
no, just listen for a second. I'm telling you why that's not. I'm telling you why I can't access it.
A guy sits on a podium. I'm
telling you why I can't access it.
If a guy sits on a podium and says fight, but in the same time, he also says protest peacefully and patriotically, you're taking one statement and you're disregarding the other.
No, I'm looking at what statement he made more than the other. No. If it was the inverse and like throughout the entirety of the speech and the lead up to January 6th, he said, please be peaceful. Like, we only want peaceful protests. Do not be violent. He wasn't saying that. He wasn't saying that at all. Instead, at the speech, he said, hold on. He said, be peaceful and patriotic once. And then 10 other times he used the word fight. And he encouraged people to fight or they won't have a country anymore. He encouraged people to go by different rules because when you see, quote, fraud of this level, you go by different rules, right?
But
that's clearly advocating for breaking the law, in my view, in the context of what
didn't he also say protest peaceful and patriotically?
He said that once. So like he said it. Wait. If you say go rob this bank 1,000 times to a group of people who want to rob the bank, and then one time you say, actually, I don't think it's a good idea to rob the bank, you shouldn't do it. Do you think that because they said it one time, that means that they're not liable?
Yes, you don't do it. You can't say I'm going to follow his word over here, but
okay, so wait, is the inverse the case?
You're contradicting your saying.
Wait, is the inverse the case then?
You're saying is the
inverse the case? Like if somebody said 1,000 times don't rob the bank, but they said one time rob the bank, are they liable for the bank being robbed or no?
No.
How the fuck do you just contradicted yourself?
No, you contradicted. You're telling me that you have to believe somebody one time, and he didn't say fight 1,000 times.
He said fight. He said the word fight 10 times more.
1,000 times.
He said fight. He said the word fight 10 times more.
You're sure it's 10 times more?
Yes.
You're 100% sure.
100%.
He said fight 10 times.
100%.
And he said protest peacefully once.
Yep.
And he also posted protest peacefully, right?
He posted that while the violence was going on, and that came after his first tweet after he learned of the violence, which was attacking Mike Pence for not doing the right thing.
Right. And if a guy, didn't he also say go home?
Yeah, 180 minutes later.
So an insurrection is when you take over.
He said go home 180 minutes later.
I understand that, but an insurrection is when you actually take over a building, right?
An insurrection is not just taking over a building. An insurrection can take different forms.
So you're telling me an insurrection is not when an armed militia actually seizes over a building? You're telling me that an insurrection does not
because
include...
if the January 6th insurrectionists took a McDonald's, that's not an insurrection, right? They're not uprising against the government. So just because they took over a building doesn't mean it's an insurrection. But yeah, what happened on January 6th was an insurrection, yes.
What is an insurrection? What is it?
A violent uprising against the government, simply.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it is not.
You want to look up the official definition?
It's when you prohibit a government proceeding.
So wait. Just to be clear, I have the Oxford Dictionary right here. A violent uprising against an authority or government. That's literally what I just said.
He paused the certificate.
It's a what? Say it again?
Wait,
no. Oxford Dictionary.
Yeah.
I just said that it's a violent uprising against the government. You said I was wrong. The Oxford Dictionary defines insurrection as, quote, a violent uprising against an authority or government.
So you're telling me then, if that's not what you're saying, you're telling me that during Judge Kavanaugh's confirmation, when the liberals stormed the Capitol, that was an insurrection?
No.
How was it not the same?
Were they armed? Were they violent?
These people were. Yes, they were violent.
Were they really? They were violent.
Nobody
what police
in January
officers
6th was armed.
What police officers
there was no armed. There's nobody had guns.
Those people did a sit-in. There
was no guns at January 6th, buddy.
There was guns at January 6th.
Where? Tell me where.
People have been convicted of having firearms in the Capitol premises.
No, there was one person out of a group of 10,000.
No, it wasn't one person.
There was not. No, there was no guns.
Yes, there was. I'll prove it to you right now.
Okay,
You want to bet? You want to bet?
How many guns?
$1,000.
$1,000.
$5,000 right now.
On how many guns?
I'll prove to you that a man was convicted of a gun, of carrying a gun into the Capitol grounds on January 6th.
So a rogue.
You said. Wait. My claim is that there were guns. At least one firearm.
Guns.
No. Let me rephrase that.
Guns, plural.
Let me rephrase that. My claim is that there was at least one firearm on the Capitol premises on January 6th, brought there by a January 6th insurrection.
So were the guns plural there? Yes or no?
I'm clarifying my statement for you. But by the way,
right. So were the guns
aside from this? Yes, there were guns plural, but I'll make it really simple for you. I will prove to you that there was at least one firearm on the Capitol grounds on January 6th, brought there by a January 6th insurrectionist.
One.
$5,000 right now.
Can you prove me two? So one.
Wait. Let me see.
Yeah. I think we can agree that one is rogue. Okay. More than one, like multiple people, then you might have a case. But there wasn't multiple guns there. One idiot brought a gun. Yes, I agree with you. But the mass majority of people there were not armed. And it's hard to overtake a government building when you're not armed.
Yes, I can prove to you that there was at least two people. Yes, I can prove to you that there's at least two people.
Two people had guns?
Two people had guns.
I don't believe it. Nope.
Yep. Okay. Want to make a bet? $2,000 right now. 5,000. 10,000.
Two totally different people had guns.
Yep. $2,000 right now. You make a bet?
Okay. That were not government officials. That were not
correct. 100%.
I don't believe it.
$2,000 right now?
I mean, if you can prove two, maybe. How many?
No. I don't need a maybe. I don't need a maybe. A yes or no $2,000 bet right now.
How many people do they estimate were at January 6th?
I don't know the official number.
Like no, but just roughly. I'm not going to hold you to it.
I don't know. I don't even know. Like I know that there's been 3, like around 1,500. There were 1,500 people. 1,500. So around that for at least criminal charges though.
Right. So you're telling me out of 1,500 people, if you can see two people out of 1,500, are you telling me those 1,500 people that came there and two people with guns? Are you telling me that was an armed militia?
Well, it wasn't people just armed with guns, by the way. There are people who had other weapons, but I'm trying to get back to what we were just discussing. I'll bet you $2,000 right now that I can prove to you that there were at least two people convicted of having firearms at the Capitol on January 6th.
I mean, I would not take the bet again, but
you wouldn't take the. Are you taking the bet or not?
But I tell you what, I guarantee you can't prove me there was 1%.
I'm not talking. I'm not even talking about 1%. Now you're moving the goalpost. Now you're changing the.
Yeah, no, you're right. I am. As we think about it and we talk about it, you move the goalposts because I said people were armed and you said guns, and you move the goalposts.
I've not moved the goalposts at all. My claim I have maintained my claim that people had guns at January.
Right, so based on your claim, you're telling me then that Joe Biden should be arrested for assassination.
What, bro?
Didn't Joe Biden say we need to take it away from the debate stage and put a target on?
Hold on. No, Joe. No, that's not. First of all, that's not what Joe Biden said.
Wait. You want to put money on that one? Didn't Joe Biden?
Yeah, I will
take this from the debate stage and put a target on Donald Trump.
I'll bet you $5,000 that when Joe Biden said that, he wasn't referencing shooting Donald Trump.
He said, didn't he say put a target on him?
Yeah.
Okay. How is that any different than we need to fight?
I'm happy. I'm not going to give away my cards yet until you.
Different
I just want to take money from you. Honestly, I just want to take money from you. So I'm not going to show you my hand until I can.
Take it.
Until I can. Yeah. So I'm still trying to wait. Are you going to Are you going to make the bet on $2,000 on people being convicted of having firearms at the Capitol, at least two?
Yeah. I say if you want to tell me that more than 1% of the people had firearms.
No. Now you moved the goalpost. You said 2 people. You said 2 people. I can prove to you 2 people.
Common ground here. Let's move to common ground. The point is,
there's no common ground.
Insurrection is
there's no common ground. We're not common grounding that for a second. We have a lot to talk about here.
Right,
let's just go one by one. Let's just say yes or no. Are you taking my bet of $2,000 that I can prove to you that at least 2 people?
If you say 1%, yes.
Because I'm not saying. We would agree. Wait, where did you get 1% from? I never agreed to 1%.
Insurrection is an armed militia.
I never agree. First of all, that's a definition of insurrection does not necessarily include armed.
It does. An insurrection is when you have an armed militia.
It's a violent uprising against the government.
It's actually prohibiting government. It's an armed militia prohibiting a government proceedings.
Where did you get this definition from?
It's actually pretty much known. I mean, that's what.
Okay, so that's not. It's not. I'm asking where'd you got the. It's not just pretty much known. I just read you the insurrection. I'll read it to you again. This is Oxford Dictionary.
Where are you getting this from?
Oxford Dictionary.
Let's go to Webster. Pull up Webster. Let's find common ground.
Okay,
again.
Merriam-Webster. Sure. Yeah. Sure. Is that works for you, Merriam-Webster?
Sure. Why not? Yeah. Let's go.
An
Webster.
act or instance of revolting against civil authority or an established government.
That doesn't sound like what the government view of an insurrection is, because what the government says an insurrection is when you have an armed militia that revolts against government proceedings.
What about
that is not what that is not
USC 2383, which says that an insurrection is inciting, insisting, or engaging in rebellion against U.S. authority or laws.
So what you're saying then, that means that when the left stormed the Capitol during Judge Kavanaugh's confirmation, that was an insurrection then.
Where was the use of force or threatened use of force there?
They made it to the Senate floor, buddy.
Where was the use of force or the threatened use of force against a person?
They made it to the Senate floor. They were revolting against Judge Kavanaugh's confirmation. The fucking left made it to the Senate floor. You mean they just let them walk in? Oh my
God. Yeah, no, there was.
Well,
where's the force? Where's the force? Where's the force?
Seriously, but think about this. You want to say that Trump incited an insurrection because you got to fight, but yet Joe Biden says we need to take the fight away from the debate stage and put a target on his head, and he gets shot at.
He didn't say target on his head.
He said we need to put a target on him.
Yep, that's what he said. And
right.
So look, I understand. So you're not going to take. Wait. Hold on. We have a lot. Let me just talk for 2 minutes because you keep bouncing from topic to topic to topic. Okay.
No, so first of all, on the same topic. You bound.
Mario Mares, 50 of Ballinger, Texas, was found guilty by U.S. District Judge Anna C. Reyes of 2 felonies, and also one of them was convicted of carrying firearms on Capitol grounds during January 6th. There was another Missouri man who was 37 years old, Jared Thomas Barger, who also was sentenced on a felony weapons charge for actions during January 6th. So that's number one. You're smart for not taking that bet either. You shouldn't do that.
His actions. What was his actions? Did he possess?
Yes, it was also yes.
Are you sure? Are you sure that's
I'm
not
100%. I just read it. That's why I paused to read first, and so I was 100% sure of what I was saying.
Right, but there's one of those cases where the guy actually all he did is he touched the security guard's firearm and they charged him.
I'll read you the official release from the Department of Justice.
I want to make sure the information is correct.
I'm telling you, I'm happy to provide it to you. Jared Thomas Berger, 37. While in the restricted grounds, Berger illegally carried a loaded 9mm semi-automatic pistol. He did not have a license to carry a firearm in Washington, D.C., and the firearm was not registered in Washington, D.C. as required by law.
Okay.
Good?
I agree with you on that one.
Okay. So there was at least two. And there were far more.
Out of 1,500 people,
there were far more.
I don't know how many people there, but out of 1,500 people, you have 2 rogue people.
No, there were far more that had weapons.
From Indiana carried a revolver, sentenced to 5 years in jail. Lonnie Kaufman from Alabama found with multiple firearms and Molotov cocktails in his truck at the Capitol, 46 months in prison. Guy Reffitt from Texas bringing a handgun into the Capitol.
Okay, so how many is that? That's not 15. 1%.
Let's go back to what you started with, Rando, that there were no guns at the Capitol.
And then it moved to at least there wasn't at least 2, and then it's 1%.
And now it's 1%.
Yeah, no, you know what? You guys are right. I misspoke. My point. What I should have been more clear. My point was is this was not an armed militia. Is what I'm saying. Like there wasn't the majority of people. There wasn't half of them. There wasn't even 10%. There was a couple rogue people that had weapons. I agree with you. Was it wrong? Yes. Are the people that went there and I don't even care the situation, but anybody that assaulted a police officer, are they wrong? Absolutely they're wrong. I agree with you 100%. 100%. But they spent 4 years.
But why did Donald Trump pardon them then?
These people have been in prison for 4 years, okay? If you go to any situation where somebody assaults a police officer, they get a couple years in prison. These people have done 4 years. They've done their time.
I bet you. So wait, we settled on 1,500 as a number, right?
I honestly, I don't even know the number. I can't even tell you.
Yeah, but just for the context of this conversation, you settled on.
Context.
You agree that we settled on that, yes? Okay. I bet you that I can confidently bet you, and we'll bet any amount of money that you want, that at least 1% was the number, was charged with having a weapon at the Capitol.
I will take that. I will take that $2,000 bet right now that you cannot find me 15 people that had weapons there. Guaranteed.
I'm saying charged. They were charged with having weapons.
15 people?
Yes.
15 people. I will take that bet. I will take that bet.
Cool. However, according to Reuters, court records show at least 5 cases where carrying or possessing a firearm was part of the indictment. A summary of the cases by the Department of Justice as of January 3rd said 180 defendants were charged with entering a restricted area with a dangerous or deadly weapon, which includes firearms and other types of weapons. So my Venmo, PayPal, Cash App are in the link in my bio. You can send the $2,000 there.
What weapons are not firearms because they consider like
knives.
Yeah, exactly. That's not a weapon. That's not a gun. That's a gun. That's a knife. But a weapon, as far as a gun,
a knife is not a weapon.
There was not 15.
I'm sorry, yeah. Rando. Oh, a knife is not a weapon.
No, I said a knife is not a gun. We're talking about guns.
Really?
Guns.
That's fascinating.
I didn't know a knife wasn't a gun.
We said weapons. So the Department of Justice has charged them as such, acknowledging that having a knife on Capitol grounds constitutes a weapon, and that they brought this into the Capitol. So
we're talking
again,
about
I'm citing it. I'm citing it. I'm
not talking about knife. I'm not talking about knife or brass.
You just said weapons.
We're talking about guns. That's the whole point.
No, guns. I said weapons. I was very particular with my language.
Well, you tricked me. We're talking about guns.
It's not a trick. It's firearms. Holy shit! All right, yeah. Firearms. So you're just not gonna pay up. That's fine. I wasn't actually banking
paying
on
up. It's the point. The point.
I wasn't banking on it. It's clear. I wasn't banking.
There was not people with guns there.
There were people with guns. I just read to you that there were at least 5 people charged with firearms. But also, there were 180 people that were charged with dangerous or deadly weapons.
And didn't Joe Biden say we need to put a target on Donald Trump?
Joe Biden was talking about the division in the Democratic Party.
Twist it. That's what you twist. You're twisting.
No, it's
one
not.
way.
It's not.
You're twisting
it's not
the other way.
You are twisting.
You're twisting it. You want to tell me that a man standing there saying you need to fight for your freedoms is inciting an insurrection, but a man that says, you need to put a target on him, and
Thank you, Heather, for the galaxy.
Shot at the next day.
Dude,
so it wasn't.
You are
wasn't
purposely trying to misunderstand Harry.
Day.
Rando, he just explained to you earlier that that's not at all what the meaning of the statement was. When he says,
but that's what you say.
Shut the
that's
fuck
what you
up.
Say, but
Shut
obviously
up.
Somebody
Shut
took
up.
It differently.
Be quiet. Be quiet, buddy. Can you stop talking for a second? Is it possible?
Wait, I can read you the full quote if you want to show you that you're wrong.
I know the free quote. I know the quote. The quote is
okay. So great. So
we need to stop
let's
debating Donald Trump, and we need to put him on a target.
Nope, that's not what he said. I'll read you the full quote. Quote, this was a Biden said in a private phone call with donors on Monday. So first of all, Biden didn't even say this publicly. He wasn't saying it to his supporters. He said it to a private...
Actually, no, he said it on a podium.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
Prove me... Okay, and then you want to bet $2,000 on that? Maybe you'll pay up on this.
Biden's...
See, you often don't want to put your money where your mouth is because you know you're wrong. So again, I'm going to read you the full quote and then we'll go from there. This according to this Politico article I'm reading right now, Biden said it in a private call with donors on Monday, according to a recording obtained by Politico. Quote, "We need to move forward. Look, we have roughly 40 days till the convention, 120 days till the election. We can't waste any more time being distracted. I have one job and that's to beat Donald Trump. I'm absolutely certain I'm the best person to be able to do that. So we're done talking about the debate. It's time to put Trump in a bullseye."
Right, and then he gets shot at the next day.
Okay, so
right?
that's insane. First of all, obviously Joe Biden. Obviously Joe Biden in that sentence.
Your position. So if I understand, sure, your position is a guy that says we need to fight for our freedoms is inciting insurrection.
What freedom is that?
But a guy says we need to put a man in a target and get shot at the next day.
So he was first of all he wasn't shot at the next day. That's number one. Number two, this was a private phone call that wasn't to his supporters. Number three, obviously in this quote, Biden is talking about the divisions in the Democratic Party, saying, "Hey, it's time to stop fighting each other, and it's time to start focusing on the opposition." It's a figure of speech, right? Oh, let's put him in the target. It means like let's focus on them.
That's the same thing Donald Trump was doing. He wasn't saying
really?
I want you to go take
what's
over
the
a Capitol.
What's the
he was
figure
saying
of
we need to
speech?
fight for what we believe in.
What's the figure? Yeah. And what exactly was he telling people to fight for? What they believe in? What did they believe in?
Well, exactly what I'm saying. Protesting. That's how you protest.
No.
That's
what were they fighting for? What were they fighting for?
Is to go to the streets and fight for what you believe in.
What were they fighting for?
When you have the state of Pennsylvania, okay, when the ballots close on January 6th, and the next day they order 400,000 mail-in ballots. When you have a woman that actually gets fired because she's on camera printing off 60,000 ballots.
Oh my God! Look, we're not going into election conspiracy because all of this is just crap.
Why was a woman printing off 60,000 ballots and having her friends help them stuff them?
Let's find out. I mean, I don't know the specific claim they were talking about. I can guarantee you're wrong.
Okay. How about this? How about the court case right now that's going on in Georgia because all those the voting machines that the judge had.
All right, can we go one claim at a time?
No, wait, this is good. How about the judge?
Can we go one claim at a time? Can we go one claim at a time? Can we go one claim at a time?
Look at the voting machines.
I can't even. You're going. Okay. How about this? You pick. Which claim do you want me to address first?
Hacked.
Which claim would you like me to address first? Because you just made 3 different claims. So where would you like to go first? Because you keep talking.
Well, of course I can't do sign language to you. I got to talk. Yeah, that's how it works, buddy.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay. Yeah, I'm asking you to go from one claim to another. We address one claim after another.
Do you know anything about the court case with the voting machines in Georgia? Do you know anything about that?
You know what? I know a little bit about it, but I know somebody who knows more. Otherwise,
bring him in because the judge actually had 20 independent companies come in and look at those voting machines. And what all 20 independent companies found was those machines were designed to be hacked into. Like they can be hacked into remotely. They can be hacked into with a USB port.
Right. Just pause for a second. Just listen along.
Sure.
Designed to be hacked into is wild. What they'd found was that the machines were supposed to be not capable of being connected up to the internet, but they were able to be connected to the internet. But they also found that there was no evidence that the machines were actually connected to the internet. It's just the feature on the network card wasn't turned off like it was supposed to be.
Yeah. Do you know why?
I would love for you to tell me.
Enlighten us, please.
When the program was written for those machines, they actually had the ability where the history of those could be erased. So basically, there would be no evidence of those being actually hacked into. And like, so when somebody went in and let's say somebody goes in and they vote for Joe Biden, okay, great, Joe Biden as a vote. But when they could also make it so when you vote for Donald Trump, the vote was an elimination. So what happens is that it spits out a QR code, and the QR code goes to another machine, which counts the QR code results.
Fuck is going on?
This is your judge. These are the judges.
What the fuck is going on?
I do want to point out that
judges'
this case was
words,
dismissed
buddy.
in October. Just saying.
Listen to what Law just said.
This look. This is the judge's word. This is
wait. Just listen. Listen to what Law just
decision.
said. Listen to what Law just said.
This Judge McAfee dismissed this in October.
Dismissed which one?
The case you're talking about, the one that the Republican Party officials cast about the voting machines.
Actually, it didn't start. Actually, it started back. The initial claim actually started back with a Hillary Clinton presidential race. So actually, you're wrong.
This case has been going on since.
Yes,
since
it says 2016. Yep, it has.
For 8 years.
Yep, it has. Actually, the first time it came up was 2016, and they started looking into them. And what they found was they found that the voting machines, actually they had 20.
What's the delay?
Yeah, what jurisdiction has had this case open for 5 years or 8 years?
They had 20 independent. They had 20 independent companies come in and review those voting machines, and all 20 of them, all 20 independent people said those machines were designed to be hacked into. They could be hacked into remotely. They could be hacked into with a USB port, and they said they could also erase the history, so you could not tell they'd be hacked into.
Okay, so which jurisdiction is this case active in?
It's in Georgia.
Well, yeah, which county?
I don't know the county. It was a Georgia case.
Okay, who are the plaintiffs?
You can simply take your phone and you can Google what's the name of those machines? Not Meridian, but
Dominion.
Dominion. Yeah, you can actually Google it, and you can.
Dominion won a defamation lawsuit against Fox for claiming things like this.
No, I'm well aware. No, I'm well aware, but I'm just telling you what the court case has said. I'm not ad-libbing. I'm telling you this is what a judge said. This is what the court case revealed.
So I followed your instructions and I Googled it, and the first result that I see.
You're gonna have to go down, buddy, because we all know that the
right, for sure, right,
crazy.
100%. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's.
You got to go down quite a ways, but if you actually find it, the judge actually had 20 independent companies review those Dominion machines, and with all 20, there wasn't a discrepancy. There wasn't 15 and 5. All 20 said those machines were designed to be hacked into, and they said that that people's selections got turned into eliminations, and that printed
So wait,
QR code.
Okay, actually, so there actually was a case in 2017, and it's not at all what you described it as. It's Curling versus Raffensperger, and the lawsuit was filed after concerns about. Yes, the one.
No, that's not the one. That's not the one. It's not,
that's okay. Then you're making up a case because that's the only case in the 2016-2017 era where there was any contention in Georgia regarding voting machines. And the funny thing about that case, the conclusion was that Georgia ended up adopting Dominion voting systems as a remedy in that case.
No, I can't help whatever you're reading, but I'm telling you the court cases that I actually read, and the court case I read.
You did not read a court case? You did not read a court case that said that.
Independent companies look into those machines, and all 20 independent companies determined that those machines were designed to be hacked into.
So,
Randall, where exactly did you get this information from? Because I would love to look at this.
I actually read the actual.
There's no such court
complaint.
case.
I read the complaint. I read the whole court case.
There is no such court. We've been looking at this. I just looked up all court
I
cases.
know what you're saying.
You remember that there's 20 independent companies, but you can't remember the jurisdiction, the plaintiff, the defendant, or the date.
It was
I think I've had too much MAGA today. I'm gonna get off, bro.
God love you, Parker.
Take care, Parker.
Have a good night, y'all.
Have a good one, man.
This is too much, bro.
Even Parker's like, I'm out of here, dude. I don't blame this guy.
Well, I don't blame either, because when somebody comes in with receipts and facts, and
You have no receipts.
You're quite literally not bringing receipts. We're asking for the receipts. You're quite literally not having receipts.
I'm begging you for a portion of a receipt.
I just proved you wrong.
Just like the top half of a receipt.
I just sent you
just like the
facts
eggs and the
about
deodorant. Again, we are both looking. Law and I assume Law is looking. We're both looking.
Indeed.
Yeah, we're both looking for cases. We cannot find a case in 2016 and 2017 where 20 independent companies came in and said that the systems were designed to be hacked. The only case that I can find is Curling v. Raffensperger, and they ended up adopting Dominion voting systems.
Well, look, here's the thing: is I can't help what you guys can and can't find. The problem is if Obama hadn't have repealed a propaganda ban that he did repeal.
Oh my God, that's not what happened.
Wait, are you telling me that Obama didn't repeal the propaganda ban on news?
Yes, I'm telling you that didn't happen.
That's exactly what we're saying. Yep.
Okay, so you want to bet $1,000 that Obama did not repeal the propaganda ban on news?
Propaganda ban. So you're talking about
that right there. That's a
you're
simple
talking
Google.
about the Smith
Just
Modernization
type in your computer,
Act, right?
Google.
I don't need to Google it because I know it.
He's a lawyer.
You do? So you know it's true then.
The Smith Modernization Act?
He repealed the ban on propaganda and news, yes.
Okay, no. So it's the Smith Modernization Act. I've looked this up.
Wait, time out before you do. Yes, we'll bet $1,000.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it back right now. I need it in a week. Yep,
done.
Absolutely.
Is it 1,000 each, or like 1,000 your 1,500 for me and Harry? What are we doing here?
Can we make it 2,000?
I'll bet you $10,000 that Obama repealed a propaganda ban on the news. Yes, $10,000. I'll
done.
What $10,000?
Done.
Okay. So
done?
what?
Okay.
Yep. So what you're talking about is the Smith Modernization Act. Now, what the Smith Mod Act did was it prohibited on U.S. Military radio signals, programs like that, because like our troops overseas, they used to have radio stations that would broadcast over the bases, and it was all very much patriotic, pro-American stuff. But they were concerned that this might be considered propaganda on the homeland. So the Smith-Mundt Act, which was originally passed in the 40s, was concerned that, hey, we don't want this like really hyper nationalist stuff going over the airwaves in the United States. So in 2013, they had an act that Obama passed. It went through Congress with the Smith-Mundt. It was a modernization act because with the advent of the internet, we had issues that these things couldn't be broadcast onto bases and things like that because of the strict language of the law.
Right.
So things like Voice of America, Radio Free Europe, and all of those things, you couldn't technically legally access those radio stations in the United States, even on United States military bases because of this. So all it did was repeal that prohibition. It did not allow any media to engage in any propaganda. It only applied to Defense Department organizations. It had no impact on news media whatsoever.
The one Obama repealed was in 2016, and it didn't take effect until 2017. So actually,
so which bill was that?
Yeah, it was 2016 when he repealed it. It didn't take effect until Trump was in president in 2017. It's one of those kind of backdoor deals. But it allowed a bill or an executive order. It allowed for the government to basically depict the content of news.
What?
And if you just Google,
it allows the government to depict the content of news.
Yeah, what it is, it allowed the government to control news content, right? Because before, what happens, if the news put something on the out, they'd have sources, had to be cited. I mean, it had to be real. And when he repealed that, it allowed. It's the same way in other countries. Like if you go over to if you go to say Zimbabwe, let's say whatever, the government controls what goes on the news, and that's what we prevented. But this propaganda ban actually it banned propaganda, and he repealed that, which means it allowed the government to basically control the news and allow them to put what they want in the news.
This is not. This is not true.
This is not a thing.
This is not a thing.
100% true.
I'm willing to believe that maybe there's something I don't know about this. But that would require you to actually provide a bill, an executive order, a memorandum.
Do you have a computer right now, honestly?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Okay. Just type in Obama repeals propaganda ban.
You have to pay me to do your research for you. If you want to give me a bill number or something like that, I will.
You guys need to prove me
you.
wrong. You need to prove me wrong. I'm telling you this would happen if you want to.
Yeah. So law just proved you wrong. And by the way, when I looked up, did Obama revoke a propaganda ban? The first thing that comes up is an Associated Press fact check saying Obama did not sign a law allowing propaganda in the United States.
Yeah, no, he didn't sign a law. That's the point. Is he didn't sign a law. He repealed. See, that's what you guys don't get.
And I'll read you.
The news has these all. That's how they operate. He did not sign a law.
Do you know what has to happen to repeal a law?
There was already a law in place. He repealed it.
Do you know what has to happen to repeal a law? You have to pass a law repealing it.
It was already in place. It's not a law.
And then what do you have to do to that law?
It's a ban. It's not different. It's not a law. It's a ban.
Crazy. That's great.
A ban and a law. Let me
read you. The AP's assessment. Let me read you the AP's assessment. False. In 2013, Obama signed.
It's the wrong thing. You're talking about apples. We're talking about oranges. There's no law. It's not a law. There was a ban.
And Obama in 2013 signed legislation that changed the U.S. Information and Educational Exchange Act of 1948, just like law said. Also known as the Smith-Mundt Act. The amendment made it possible for some materials created by the U.S. Agency for Global Media, the nation's foreign broadcasting agency, to be disseminated in the United States. That is the only thing that comes up when you search up, did Obama revoke a propaganda ban? There's nothing else. There's fact check after fact check after fact check. So you're wrong. So 10 grand, link in bio for me to my PayPal.
Listen, I've seen it. I read it. And
wait. We have provided you with a number of different materials debunking what you're saying. You're saying that we're wrong. So now it's your turn to provide anything to us.
I wish Parker was here with this Trust Me Bro notebook.
I know, right? I know. He left at a bad time.
Well, I mean, honestly, I can't help you guys because everything you guys said been wrong. I proved you wrong in everything you said. I can't help you.
Okay. So this is what it looks like when you live in Fantasyland.
Anything other than your flapping gums.
Yeah.
Well, my flapping gums are more right than you guys have been.
I'm sure that you believe that. I'm very certain that you believe that.
I hope that there are some like social scientists in here who are just looking at this and they're like, this is the perfect experiment of the Dunning-Kruger effect. You have Law of the Wild, who's a lawyer, and then you have this guy down here who got his degree from perhaps Trump University, and he's saying, well, my flapping gums are more knowledgeable than you.
Well, here, I guess here's the thing is that you guys are the fucking minority, okay, and I'm the majority. So here you guys are, the losers in the minority, and the majority is telling you, and you're like, no, that's not how it works.
No, you're
the minority. You lost.
No, you're actually
the minority.
You're actually the minority of people who have like single-digit IQs in the United States. You actually are in the minority.
Like you guys are the ones that are crying because we're auditing corruption, and you're crying over it. Like we're literally stopping $7 million from going to.
I think that there are 5-year-olds who are smarter than you. I think there are 5-year-olds who are smarter than you.
Like we literally give George Soros $230 million. George Soros, the guy who hates America.
I'm sorry. You take an issue with George Soros, but you don't care about Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, having access to our information at the Treasury Department?
What problem do you have with an audit?
Wait. Just answer my question.
What problem do you have with an audit?
We have no problem with audits. The federal government's audited every single year. The federal government gets audited every single year. Right? We have no problem with audits. But to be clear, you're opposed to George Soros, but when Elon Musk, who is the richest man in the world and infinitely more wealthy than George Soros, and it's not even close, when he is trying to access sensitive data at the Treasury Department and have access to literally everybody's social security number, along with data surrounding Medicare payments, student loan payments, and more, you have no problem with that?
Right. No, I don't, because you have a guy that's the richest guy in the world, and you're thinking he cares about 10, $20. This guy is the richest guy in the world. Do you think money matters?
Do I think that the richest man in the world cares about data on literally every single American? Yes, I do.
The richest guy in the world, and you're worried about nickels. I mean, what is he going to do with that? He don't care.
What is he? Wait. What is Elon Musk? What could Elon Musk possibly do with having access to data, sensitive data like social security numbers on every single American? That just screams recipe to disaster for me. And this is what a judge in this case brought up when he granted a temporary stay or maybe an injunction.
That got overruled. Actually, another judge come in and says bullshit because
it has not been overruled.
It has been.
It has not been overruled.
You want to bet another $1,000?
Okay, well, I've won a number of bets with you tonight, and you haven't owned up and paid me any of them.
Shit.
So, quite frankly, you saying I want to bet X amount of money means absolutely nothing. You owe me like $15,000 at this point.
There's already been another judge that already blocked that, and basically he has full right. So basically, Elon Musk's job is to come in and audit. His job to audit.
No bet.
That's why he found out
right now.
Wait. Yeah, Rando. I believe law. I believe law. Rando, we'll take that bet. $1,000.
Which one?
It has not been overturned.
Which one?
So wait, now you're like, oh, the case has been overturned and you don't know what case you're talking about? The case,
I'm asking you to be
judge
clear.
yesterday,
You have a problem with me asking you to be clear?
I'm happy to clarify. A judge early this morning, well, I should say yesterday morning, on the 8th, temporarily paused Elon Musk and Doge's access to sensitive data at the Treasury Department. That has not been overturned yet.
Yes, it has been. Absolutely.
Okay, great. Prove us wrong. $1,000. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and the link in the bio.
I'll tell you, Google again. It's already. Yes, another judge has blocked that already. Yep.
Where? What's the judge's name? Where are they from?
I didn't write that down, but it's been blocked. It's already been blocked. Another judge already blocked it. So
I don't know where you get your news, but this is not happening.
How much you don't know.
They said it in law. Correct me if I'm wrong. They set a hearing for the 14th.
I'm telling you,
right.
Another
it was
judge
a temporary
already
injunction until the 14th.
Yes,
it has not been overturned.
The hearing that they scheduled for arguments in this case is set for the 14th. It's the 9th East Coast time right now.
So it got blocked, which means he doesn't have to stop doing what he's doing, right?
No, there's a temporary injunction in place.
Okay, so does he have to stop or can he keep going?
No, he has
to stop.
An injunction means you have to stop doing what you're doing.
And everybody that's unauthorized has to destroy the data that they have. The judge said that everybody that has data from January 20th onward who doesn't have acts or a classification authority or they work at the Treasury has to destroy all the data that they have surrounding the payment systems.
I didn't even understand what you're saying. So the original point was a judge was trying to stop Elon Musk from his investigation work, correct?
Yes,
he did.
Okay, and then another judge come in and says he doesn't have to.
No, there's no other judge.
That didn't happen.
Okay, and that's where I'm saying. So your statement is that a judge has said that Elon Musk must cease and desist his work, correct?
Yes, they must temporarily stop. Yes.
Okay, and you're telling me that no other judge stepped in and said no, it's okay for them to keep going, right?
Correct.
I'll take that bet.
Okay, how much? $1,000?
100,000. I'll take it. What do you want? 100,000. Let's make 100 grand. That's how sure I am.
You don't have $100,000.
Make it $1 trillion at this point.
Actually, no, I don't ask that. Actually, I'm looking out my window at a property that's worth more than probably your dad's worth, Harry. I know he makes $10 million.
Then great. We're waiting for the $15K that you bet us earlier. I mean, fuck me. Yeah, we'll do $1,000. Let's just go low because I don't think you're actually going to pay.
The point is, I don't ask that. Okay, if I'm going to bet you, I'm going to bet you, and I bet you that Donald Trump.
Great. You want to do 100 grand?
National Guardsmen.
Great. You want to do 100 grand then? Sure. Well, let's do $1 million. Let's do 10 million at this fucking point. As law is right.
Well, I learned that Harry's worth $5 million yesterday, so he's
right.
He probably is. Right. I wouldn't bet that. I wouldn't question that. I mean, I know his dad's worth $10 million.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Some people have to pick a lane. Is it 50 million or is it 10 million? Am I worth 5 million or am I worth nothing? I mean, sure.
I have no idea what you're worth. But the point I'm getting at is I bet you that Donald Trump requested National Guard presence at January 6th before the 6th. And
hold on. Let's focus on one bet at a time. Let's stick with the judge right now. So how much are we doing?
Well, I'm just trying to get clarification because I don't think you're very trustworthy.
Happy to clarify in a second on that one when we take your money on this one. How much are we doing in this one? The judge overruled?
So you're telling me right now that a judge has attempted to block Elon Musk's ability to gather information for the audit.
I'll make it very specific.
And I'm telling you, another judge has stepped in and said that he's okay to keep going.
I'll make it very specific for you. A judge yesterday morning, early in the morning, issued a temporary injunction blocking Elon Musk and his Doge team from accessing the payment systems at the Treasury Department. And they have set hearings for February 14th. And you are saying that a judge has come in and blocked that. Okay, great.
Yes.
So where's your evidence that that's happened?
It's a very simple Google, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Great. What would you like me to look up? I'll do. And since you don't have access, I will look this up because. Wait, how much are we betting right now?
I say 10 grand.
Okay. Great. 10 grand. Well, you tell me exactly what to look up.
Just look up a judge blocks. Whatever. Judge blocks. I don't know. Just type it in. You'll figure it out. You're a smart guy.
Well, I don't want to. I know because you're going to say if I type it in the wrong way, I'm doing it wrong.
You are. You're a sharp guy.
But I want to go exactly by the books because if I type it any other way, you're going to say I'm doing it wrong. So please, Judge, I'm going to look up exactly what you would look up to find.
Yeah, just type in judge allows Elon to proceed or
judge allows
judge blocks judge that blocked Elon overruled. I don't fucking know.
Judge that blocked Elon overruled.
But anyways, it's true. It did happen.
Okay, great. Judge that blocked Elon overruled. Great. So the first article that comes up is Reuters. U.S. judge temporarily blocks Musk's Doge from accessing payment systems. Another article, CNN. Federal judge blocks Elon Musk's Doge from access to critical treasury payment systems. The next one is why.org. Judge blocks Musk's Doge from accessing sensitive U.S. Treasury Department material. Fox Business is the next one. Elon Musk's Doge temporarily blocked from treasury systems. Judge. The Hill. Judge blocks Musk Doge from accessing treasury payment systems. USA Today. Judge blocks Elon Musk's team from accessing federal payment systems. I went
to a different source. I went to Elon Musk's X page, Twitter. Yep. And 10 hours ago, he posted, "This ruling is absolutely insane. How on earth are we supposed to stop fraud and waste of taxpayer money without looking how money is spent? That's literally impossible." And he's responding to Judge Engelmeyer's injunction that Harry and I were talking about. As I'm scrolling through Elon's page in the past 10 hours, I don't see anything about Elon saying, "Yay, that order has been reversed." I think Elon would be the first to trumpet the idea that ruling had been overturned, right?
It has been. They've been allowed to keep.
So I just read you. So first of all, Law of the Wild's brilliant for that. Elon Musk has not celebrated this. Donald Trump has not celebrated this. There's nobody in Trump's government who has celebrated this. And I just read you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 headlines, 7 from the BBC. Judge blocks Musk team from access to Treasury Department records. 7 different articles saying that you're wrong, that there has been no overruling. And I typed in exactly what you said. Judge that blocked Elon overruled.
So let me ask you this. So if I'm right, just saying hypothetically, if I'm right, will you finally admit that you can't find correct information on that fucking computer?
Sure.
Okay. But I'm telling Harry, I'm telling you, I promise you, I can't help you. I promise you, on my word.
So is X censoring Elon Musk?
I don't think it's that.
How about that? Do you want me to look on X?
But another judge actually has overruled, and basically the judge blocked that judge's ruling.
Do you want me to look on X? Because if I just look up judge overruled on X,
I can't I can't answer your question on why you can't find it. All I know is
then you go find it.
I know 100% for fact that they can proceed. That the other judge blocked.
So let me guess, we're not getting our 10 grand.
No, you owe it to me. You actually owe me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you haven't provided a single shred of evidence as to why you're right.
We even did the research for you, and you still
we did the research. We actually did the research for you. I don't
disrespect this, but I don't ever expect to get any payment on any money you ever owe.
We'll pay. Happy to do it, 100%. If you can prove us wrong, happy to do it. But we've showed you 7 different articles. We looked at Elon Musk's own Twitter page. There's not a single news agency reporting on this. So please.
I'm really, really bad with computers, but when I go to TikTok, right, and I type your name in, Harry Sisson, right, it shows me videos you post in the past.
That's how TikTok works.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yes.
Well, he said something. That's not how TikTok works.
That's how TikTok works.
That is how TikTok.
Right. Well, again, I'm an idiot. Okay, I'm not very smart. I'm not telling you I'm smart. But when I go to TikTok,
wow, we found some common ground. This is good.
You're right. God. Exactly right. See, I'm easy to get along with. But if you go to if I go into TikTok and I go to the little magnifying glass and I type your name in, it gives me the most recent thing you posted for a video. And I took that video and I posted to you. I attached to that on the comment section. I attached the White House report that proves that Donald Trump, in fact, requested National Guardsmen before January 6th. And I actually posted it to the next video. Then I actually went to the old millennial and I gave it to him. I said, hey, please help me get this to Harry. I posted to him. And I have it now, but when I try to post on the comments here, the number of characteristics exceeds what they allow. So I can't put it in the comments.
So I won't be able to see.
You have the evidence that proves that Donald Trump requested National Guards.
I won't be able to see your comments. And I know you don't know this because I understand you're not big on TikTok. But if you post links in comments, it gets filtered out. TikTok does not show those comments. They're filtered out as spam. Because a lot of people would use it as spam, right? So when you post comments,
what I'll do is I'll go to your thing. I'll attach it to your email, like you said.
Sure, you can do that. You should.
Yeah,
okay, but then also provide an article on the judge getting overruled.
But it's okay. But this is an actual White House report, and it talks about Cash Patel, and it talks about his. But basically, it proved that January 6th they basically lied, and it shows that. And that actually, there's a couple other ones. There's like a lot of your what's his name? Joe Rogan actually has had it on his podcast, and of course, you know as well as I do, if Joe Rogan posts something that ain't true, he's gonna, he'll have to shut it down. But Joe Rogan's actually posted on it. Megyn Kelly's actually posted on it. She's actually
they can spread. They have a right to spread misinformation.
Actually, no. If it's wrong, they'll have to take it down and it's
not true.
And they'll actually have to correct it. Correct?
Nope.
No, because
what do you mean, no?
Allows propaganda now.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's the news. That's different. News is different than actually Facebook posts.
No, you have a no. Let's go ahead, Lo.
No. It's just so.
But either way, the whole point on our $10,000 bet is that another judge has actually blocked that first judge's order, so Elon Musk can proceed. And if I'm right, you owe me $10,000, which I know you'll never pay me out, but.
Well, you're wrong, because I do know what you're talking about.
I'm not wrong. I'm 100% right that a judge blocked the first judge orders and they can proceed. I'm 100%
You're
right.
wrong. And because I know what you're referring to, and I've been waiting for you to come out with it, but you're just not right. There was a judge in a different case for the Department of Labor records, which we weren't talking about, which a judge declined to issue an injunction. But that's very different than what you have been claiming this entire time on this $10,000 bet, that a judge reversed the order that was issued earlier yesterday.
No, it's I'm actually very very aware of what I said, and the Elon Musk can proceed because another judge overruled the first judge. They basically I should have wrote it down. I didn't plan on coming on a live here with you, but I should have wrote it down. I really should have. But it's true. You'll see. I ain't worried, but you'll see that the.
Okay, so go do that right now. Go do that right now. Go do that right now. I'll be watching my email. Go do that right now. Go find an article or whatever that White House report you said you found, and the article or any source of the case, even the judge's filing that overturned that judge. And then, you can come back here and you can rub it in our face if you can find it. Yeah.
I would never rub in your face. It's not what I'm trying to do.
You will pay you live.
You know what? More than money, just the fact that you could say, Randy, you're right. That's all I'd really.
We'll do that. We want the money though. We want the money. You don't have to say we're right. That's fine.
If I was wrong, 100% I'd give you the money.
Okay, yeah, great. So go do that,
man. I don't owe nobody nothing, and I tell you, I own everything I have. I don't owe nobody nothing. If I say something, it's true.
Okay, so you'll come back and pay us the 10 grand, yeah?
If I'm wrong, absolutely. I actually, if I'm wrong, I will drive to where the fuck you are, and I will give it to you, and probably $1 bills.
Yeah, I'll pay. Yeah, exactly. I'll pay 10 grand for that. No, that's okay. We have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and the link in our bio.
No. I bring it to you in $1 fucking bills. If I'm wrong,
that's all right.
I'll pay it.
That's all right.
But I'll pay it in a very unique way. I'll pay it in fucking quarters, but I'll pay it if I'm wrong.
No, we don't need a unique way. We don't need unique. We just need it. So yeah, go find that article and then that White House report, and you can come back here. And then if you're right and you can provide us solid evidence, and we all agree it's solid, we'll say you're right 100%, and you have it on us, right? But if you can't, then you have to pay us.
I'll see.
Okay, good.
All right, I'll give it.
All right.
Ooh.
It's like it's just like actually insane how we live in like just two totally different realities. You know what I mean?
Well, it just goes to show, and I think that Rando was a perfect example of this, is that there's when you read something, you can choose to do one of two things. You can choose to be a fact finder for objective information, or you can choose to find information that confirms what you want to believe, that confirms your confirmation bias. And so when you go through, you will ignore everything that doesn't look like what supports your point of view, versus somebody who reads objectively and says, oh, well, I didn't know that. I should research that some more. Rando is the epitome of somebody who will, maybe he does read things. He sounds like he does actually consume media, but he only consumes it to the point where it can confirm what he wants to believe, and he rejects everything else.
That's really well put. Yeah, it's as I was saying to him, it's the worst confirmation of, the worst case of confirmation bias, that one of the worst. Wow. That was just really painful.
Well, and it's like the whole 10,000 National Guard thing. Like, the claim does exist, but it comes from one person, and that one person's claim has been echoed, but 0 people have corroborated that. And he's holding on to that one person, and then when somebody else says the same thing that one person said, he's like, oh, well, see, therefore it's true, but it's still just one person saying something.
Yeah And he just ignores all the other people who were actually in the chain of command who were like, yeah, that never happened.
Yeah, the people who the request would have been made to said it never happened.
Right. They were like, oh, no, they must be lying, Law. They must be lying because they didn't say what he wanted them to say.
That's it.
Yo, Emily, thanks for the 10. Welcome back, Pookie. I appreciate you, Emily. Thanks for being here. Robert, thanks for the 1 on Cash App. Megan, thanks for the 1. You're the best. Megan, I think you're the best, actually. I think it's all you. Ela, thanks for the 1. Hi, Harry. Good to see you. Tolly, thanks for the 50 cents. I live in a house in NYC, not Manhattan. Am I not real? Well, Manhattan, that's the problem. In Manhattan, there's no houses. Like in Brooklyn, the Bronx, you got it. Totally. Trisha, thanks for the 1. Why audit with tech boys and not a CPA/accountant? It's a good question. Venice, thanks for the 25. Love your lives. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Jules, thanks for the $100 on Cash App. We're only $9,900 away from that 10 that he's meant to be paying us. Jules, I appreciate you so much, Jules. And you were here last night supporting and the night before. It really means a lot that you're here again. Thank you so much for being here. W Jules in the chat, JEWELS. Show her some love. Give her at least at a minimum 100 W's if you'd be so kind. That's a good person right there. Jules, $100. That's so kind. Goes an incredibly long way. You're amazing. I love you. I hope you know that. Lily, thanks for the 2. His definition was armed militia. That includes any and all dangerous weapons. Yes. But apparently knives aren't weapons. Isabella, thanks for the 10. NYC local to NYC local. Let's go on a date. Isabella, New York City local. Is that so, huh? Is that so? I guess I was going to ask what part, but I forget that I'm like in front of people. So, can't really ask that. Harley, thanks for the 1. Can you kick this guy and debate me instead? You can come up. Ashley, thanks for the 2. Dude is up to $24K that he owes you now. He's more like Trump than he realizes. Won't pay a dime. Yeah, we're not holding our breath. We're not holding our breath. We're not, going to buy anything anytime soon. With that in mind, Elijah, thanks for the 6. Please get him off or I'm gonna punch a wall. Well, hopefully you didn't do that. Haley, thanks for the $1.11. Been fighting with a random MAGA because I posted in favor of DEI on Instagram and he called me arrogant 3 times and turned around to flirt with me. Pick a side, man. You tell him to pick a side. Charles, thanks to the one. IQ is measured on a bell curve with 100 being set exactly at the middle. So by definition, half of the population has an IQ below 100. I'm pretty sure you mostly deal with members of the two-digit club. I can't comment on that. Jerry D, thanks to the one. USAID investigated Elon. They have him $3 million. He was the biggest waste of tax dollars from USAID. They gave him $3 million. Yeah, I heard there was something along the lines like Starlink was being investigated.
Yeah, in Ukraine, and then like he ended up like giving them the equipment, but then making them subscribe to it after a month.
Yeah, something like that. Gabe, thanks for the one. Please remind the audience that the reason we have a problem with Elon Musk accessing sensitive data to the Treasury Department is because he got rich off of government contracts. This is a man who is also not properly vetted, nor was his hired team. The Republican Party, who claims to be for working class, is a message as a load of crap. Yeah, I mean, that's also a really good point, that he would have access to information on government contracts, which he himself directly benefits from. It's a little corrupt. All right, Bay Area, you vote for Donald Trump? Wow, all this sitting there, you're not going to respond? You're not even here? Venmo, Cash App, PayPal in the link in the bio for me. Venmo, Cash App, and maybe PayPal in the link in the bio for Law. If you want to support the live, goes a long way. Get this guy out of here. Get this guy out of here. All right, if you are MAGA, let us know in the chat. We'll bring you up. If you voted for Donald Trump, we will happily talk to you. Oh, this guy's a Bible verse in his bio. Amber, thanks for the 10. I'm sorry that you can't fix stupid. It's an age-old saying. It's an age-old saying. Kathleen, thanks for the 5. You have the patience of a saint. You should have seen me earlier. I was screaming at that guy, but I appreciate you. Christian, thanks for the 15 from Norway. I appreciate you, Chris, and Law so much. We love you back. I can assure you that much. This gentleman doesn't appear to be here.
Good job getting us back up to 500,000, everybody. That's great after the restart.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Yeah, banned for bullying and harassment. I don't know. I didn't think like I was being that mean to him. What's going on, Harley? Are you vote for Donald Trump? You MAGA?
Yes.
You regret it yet, or are you still?
I need you to convince me that I made a wrong choice.
We'll do our best. Was the last conversation not evidence of that by any chance?
First of all, I do not like put myself in the position of like that guy. Like there are some MAGAs that speak clearly and have some logic, but that guy is like seems like an extremist. I don't follow that. Well, I was like, oh my God, get him off.
Yeah, that was he was annoying. Yeah, we can try. So why did you, I guess we should start with why did you vote for Donald Trump? Like, why did you think he was the right decision?
So I will say during his presidency, the first time he came through, it wasn't as bad. I could actually kind of live comfortably. Now, in terms of this time, it was more so because I think partially I wasn't ready to come to terms of having a lady president yet, if that sounds, I don't want to make it sound sexist or anything like that, but I mean, like, I just, I don't know. I just figured, okay, the first term wasn't that bad, but like the second time, it seems as if like he knows what to do versus the first time where he was just kind of throwing it because he's a businessman. And as a businessman, he knows how to kind of manipulate the system in order to get what he wants.
So
a good thing?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Just before, I want to clarify, you weren't comfortable with Kamala Harris because she's a woman?
No, it's not that she's a woman. It's just like I don't think in my generation or like my time, my lifetime, I'm not ready to like experience that yet. In a way, I guess.
You're not ready, or is your generation's not ready, or both?
Maybe my generation. Well, I don't even think you know my generation.
I don't know. Okay. Law, do you have any comment? I don't even know what to.
So it wasn't a policy-based calculus for you. It was just you didn't think a woman should be president.
I did hear her like all of the stuff that she said, and then I did like some of it. But one of the issues is that when she was asked, like, if she was going to change anything from, like, how Biden was running something, she really didn't say she was changing anything. And I think, considering the last 2 years of his presidency, it wasn't the best, but I think it was more so because his mind was going. So I do understand that the first 2 years was due to COVID. I understand that. And I don't give him a hard time for that because Trump kind of dismissed that, thinking that, it wasn't a real situation. But then it became a real situation. And then it was just like, all right, here you go. And then Biden had to deal with that for those first 2 years. I don't agree with some of the people who think that Biden didn't do anything the whole 4 years. I think that he did try the first 2 years. And it was a lot. I mean, shutting the entire country down, and it wasn't just the country, it was everyone. And I think a lot of people who are on like the Republican side kind of like dismiss that as well. And I don't. I see that. But the issue here is like Trump is more of a, I'm going to get this stuff done no matter the cost. And a lot of the things he does lie a lot. I will admit that he does lie. But name me a politician that doesn't lie. Okay, can you name me one of those?
All right. So let's look at the past 2 weeks. What do you think is good about what Donald Trump has done, and what don't you like about what he's done?
I think it's all a facade. Everything that he is saying is more of like here's this party trick, and you're going to be completely obsessed with all of this, and then behind the scenes he's doing something completely different.
Okay. So do you like anything that he's done in the past 2 weeks?
Well, okay, what has he done? I mean, it's only been 2 weeks.
He's had multiple executive orders that violate the Constitution. He's ramped up expensive deportation efforts. He's threatened that he's going to be sending American citizen prisoners to Guatemala.
So, okay, let's talk about all these executive orders. I'm pretty sure while this was all happening, Congress was not in session, right? They were out, right?
Yeah, they've been in session since January.
I thought they were like on a recess or something for like a bit, because I thought they came back not too long ago.
No, and they've been confirming his cabinet appointees since he's been in office.
Okay. So these executive orders, let's see here. The DEI, right?
Okay.
Do I think that was right? No, I do not. But I don't think it is like completely gone. I think, as far as I remember, everything he said was paused. It's temporary.
Well, the only reason it's paused is because he's violating the law or Constitution, and courts have paused it.
The courts have paused it.
Yes.
The courts paused it, or did Trump pause it?
No. The courts have issued injunctions. So like his executive order of birthright citizenship, that's been paused. The funding through USAID, that's been paused because it exceeds his authority. All of these things these big, bold moves that he's been doing are being challenged in court and paused because there's a successful likelihood of success on the merits that they're unconstitutional or illegal.
Okay. So, but the whole thing about being paused is that it's going to go back. Not to mention, they're investigating stuff.
Well, It might go back. It's if he succeeds in the court cases. So the courts are saying there's enough evidence to show here that there's a constitutional violation or a violation of current law. So we're not going to allow him to act on these executive orders until there's court hearings. So they might go back if he wins in court, or they might be thrown out.
Okay. So this is all based off of a maybe. So convince me that this is going to be bad. Like, convince me, because everything that you're telling me right now, it's just a what if.
Well, no. So what we have are the actions that Donald Trump has done, and those are being challenged in court as illegal. And the courts are looking at this and saying, yep, this is probably illegal, so we're going to pause it pending the rest of the case. So it's not hypothetical. He is doing these things, and the courts are looking at him and saying, no, you're exceeding your authority. So I think a president going after a massive power grab, issuing 100 plus executive orders in the first couple weeks in office, and then being told by the courts you're exceeding your authority is a very scary proposition.
Okay, I agree with that. I guess my question is, what could he have done differently instead of, all right, executive order, I'm going to go and investigate all of this stuff? What would have been the better way?
To work with Congress to pass laws and to not violate the Constitution. Okay,
how many times do people go to fight something through Congress and it constantly gets denied?
It's very hard, but
exactly.
we have three branches of government, and just because one branch doesn't like that the other branch isn't moving fast enough doesn't mean they get to do a power grab.
Do you remember when Obama was president and there were so many things that he wanted to get through the right way, right?
Yep.
And they denied him every time.
Yep.
Yeah. So now Trump is doing the opposite and just kind of like
not the
right way, but getting the stuff done and investigating these things.
I don't know, call me a crazy constitutionalist, but I want my executives to operate within their executive authority and not to try to exceed their authority to achieve their agenda.
Okay. I respect that.
Welcome back, Harry.
It's walked in.
Yeah, welcome back. You left.
I had to get more water. I apologize.
Harry stays hydrated. That's.
I do. I try to drink a lot of water. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I agree with the law. I'm sorry. I was just reading something that Elon Musk tweeted about how somebody said that East Germany seized all of their public companies, and he said that this is the way. So I don't know. I just think this.
Oh yeah, I have a couple of friends that are across the country, and everybody has been telling me that Elon has gone to obviously Germany, he's gone to England, he's gone to Australia, trying to promote something. And I'm like, when did Elon become this person that just does whatever he wants as well? Like,
since Donald Trump emboldened him.
Oh, so Donald Trump stepped down. Because I didn't see that.
No, I'm saying Elon Musk would not be in this position and not have this political capital if it weren't for Trump bringing him on and basically making him part of his team.
Yeah, I absolutely disagree with that move that he did, bringing Elon on. It
seems like you disagree with a lot of what Donald Trump.
I don't disagree a lot, but I will say that there are some benefits here and there, and as of right now, it's like I said, it's only been a couple of weeks. I would debate you probably in a few months in and be like, you know what, I totally regret my vote, I totally regret all of this stuff. But it's kind of hard to make a logical executive kind of decision when we really haven't seen the main thing happen. Nothing has really majorly happened. And that's kind of why I'm kind of convince me now, convince me something else.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything like on the top of your, or like anything else you want to talk about, or anything on the top of your mind that you like are wanting convincing on, or like an opinion on?
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about I guess the transgender rights, I guess it was.
Can't talk about that on TikTok Live, unfortunately. We keep getting banned.
Okay, I won't bring that up then. Yeah, it's
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. As long as you told me, so I won't do anything like that. What about abortions?
Are you?
Can we talk about that? Like,
yeah, are you pro-life?
Pro-life meaning I don't. Well, this is how I feel. I feel like women should have a choice. That's how I feel.
We agree. Donald Trump doesn't agree.
I know Donald Trump doesn't agree, but I believe there's agenda behind that whole thing anyway, and I get it. I do get it. The reason why this is okay. Hear me out. I know you're giving me this look.
No, I'm just confused by I don't know what an agenda. Well, anyway, go ahead.
Okay, think about this in the long term. There's a lot of people that are like, from what I read in the statistics, there's not enough people in the U.S. We are declining in terms of population, and it's not just us. There are other countries too that are declining because they have restricted, this whole like people are like letting go of these babies, and it's just kind of like, okay, I get that. If we don't have enough population to take care of the older generation, what are we going to do? Because these people have that choice to just be like, no, I don't want to have this. And that's another thing. Like, I think I am for pro-choice to people with limitations. Like, think about it. Versus a person who goes to get, let's just say knocked up like 12 times in the whole year. So that's once a month. And you're getting an abortion every month. Like, I feel like that person shouldn't have the right to just be like, you know what? I don't feel like having this. I feel like that's wrong. But like people that are having medical condition, people that are having, like a situation where it can kill them, I 100% think that they should have the choice to be like, I don't want this. I feel like that's another thing that I agree with. But I don't agree with the politics using abortion as a crutch, as in, like, they like to put it out there saying like, oh yeah, I'm this, I'm pro this, or I'm not pro this. And it's like, why are these people putting that in the agenda for them? I don't like that. So I feel like it should be just a law with limitations. And that's my opinion.
So what should the specific limitations be then?
The specific limitation would be medical conditions, like a rape. Can I say that online?
Say grape, like the fruit.
Grape. Okay, so grape, like medical conditions, but then like if you've had one abortion, like at least one or two without like some certain amount of years, that's fine. But you can't perpetually. I think there should be a law for not having an abortion perpetually.
So what would the legal reason for saying you can have one or two or three but not four be?
I guess time frame.
But I mean, like, what's the justification for that law? Why would we have a law that says you can have three but no more?
Well, you have to go based on the previous reasons. I mean, think about it. Why would someone get 10 abortions in a short amount of time? Do you think that's right?
Well, so, I mean, that's a moral question, but
no. Let's not put morals into that. Do you think that it's okay to go to the hospital 10 times to have an abortion?
That's inherently a moral question. You're asking me if I think that that's okay.
Okay.
And for the record, yes, I do. This is me.
Oh, you said yes? Oh, okay.
But I guess my point is, when we're talking about a law, there would have to be a penalty for that. What should the penalty be for somebody who has a fourth elective abortion, no medical conditions? What would the penalty be?
having the baby. you can't get an abortion anymore.
No, I mean, so let's say she goes out of the country and ends up getting an abortion and comes back. What should her punishment be?
Nothing, because she went out of the country.
Okay, how about if she has leftover mifepristone and misoprostol and decides to do a medicated abortion in the state?
So, okay, she's getting this prescription through a doctor to take care of this.
Well, no, I mean, you can have it. So let's hypothetically say this law passes, but she gets her hands on medication and has the abortion. What should her punishment be?
Well, okay, so your hypothetical would mean that she's not telling anybody that she's doing this, or she is telling people she's doing this.
The government finds out she's had her fourth abortion, which under your proposition here would be illegal. What would her penalty be?
I don't know. That is something, hypothetically, they would have to come up with some kind of justification for that law. I don't know. I really would not know what kind of punishment should be there.
And my position would be that the government has no interest in this at all. This is not a government issue that requires the government to step in and to decide.
Well, if that's the case, then abortion in general shouldn't even be in politics.
Oh, I agree. I agree this should be entirely between a woman and her medical providers.
So, anything else?
I'm good.
No,
You're good?
I think you summed it up well.
Okay. I'm trying to think what else is there. Is there anything else that you disagree with Trump?
I mean, there's plenty of things, but if you feel like we would prefer to have this conversation in a few months from now, you're welcome to come back in the future and have a conveation, because
a few months, yeah.
Yeah. Is that, I mean, you're genuinely like welcome to do that. You're welcome to come back.
I appreciate it. Yeah. I feel bad for you and everybody else who you have all these people that constantly rant and doesn't have a genuine conversation with you. And without arguing, no yelling, no crap. It's just just talk to me. I'll talk to you.
Yeah, no, we have.
I respect you, so that's why I'm like, all right, I'll come back in a few months. We can debate and go from there. Because like I said, it's only been a couple of weeks. It's kind of hard to make that decision.
Sure. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. You're welcome to come back in a few weeks or months, and we'll talk then. That sounds good.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right, bye. Appreciate it. Have a good one. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty then. Kathy, I got your $50. That is amazing. That's 2 booking fees for an unhoused person. I really appreciate that. She says, love hearing you explain the law on Harry's Live. Keep fighting the good fight. Thank you. Jill, thank you for the $5. Thanks for keeping calm. That guy made me crash out. I think she's talking about Rando. I calmed down after the first round with Rando. And then Kimberly, thank you also for the $5. I will check your message. Thank you.
All right, if you're MAGA, let us know in the chat. Stephanie, thanks for the 2. Please drop Rando. Well, he's gone. Kate, thanks for the 2. You're on fire. Guest was really nonsensical, and happy Super Bowl Sunday. Go Birds. Law, who do you have?
Man, this is tough. I don't like the Chiefs just because I think they've had enough of the limelight. I'm inherently anti-Chief, but I have such disdain for Philadelphia Eagles fans that it makes me difficult to support them, but I'm going to be rooting for the Birds.
Go Birds. Go Birds. That's you're the official verdict here, folks. Go Birds. I like it. I'm there with you. Stevie, thanks for the 50 cents. Harry, please. I'm dying over this guy. I know these are a little bit older, so Donna, thanks for the 10. We live in a society. Yes, we do. Morgan, thanks for the 5 Peloton subscription. It's going right to it. It's also going to my acai bowls. So don't worry. Rachel, thanks for the 5. Harry, I'm really scared of all the news I've been reading on TikTok about the red flag warning being issued for America, the deportations removing the Department of Education. What are some things we can do that actually make a difference beyond just calling our legislators? Yeah, no, I mean, it all is very scary. I genuinely think that calling your legislators is a great way to get their attention. Like Lisa Murkowski, a senator from Alaska, was talking about how they were getting like 1,600 calls an hour, as opposed to like 40 that they would typically get, and only just her office. So it's, and it really gets their attention on some of these things. So, definitely keep calling your legislators, but also like try to find some organizations that do some work on a local level. You can get involved there and really make a difference in your community. And of course, stay informed. One of the what Elon Musk and I think Trump want is people like not really knowing how things work and getting confused by it all, because it can be very confusing. So yeah, I don't know. I think there's a number of things. Blair, thanks for the 1. You should tell Chris we all miss him and she come back. He's welcome to. I texted him that the live came back. He's up to it. Janie, thanks for the 1. I love you. Please tell Law I love him too.
Oh, well, thanks you. Love you.
Well, Law feels the same way, I'm sure. Jess, thanks for the 1. I consider myself pretty well educated, but I still feel like I still learn more and more every time I watch your lives. Thank you. Well, Jess, you're amazing. I appreciate that. That's so kind. Thank you for being here. Kathy, thanks for the $20.28 for 2028. I'm excited. I know, even though it's 4 long years away. Love your lives. Hoping people get smarter by 2028. Keep fighting the good fight. I am too, although I'm not holding my breath. I have to be honest. Isabella, thanks for the 10 again. I'm on the UWS and okay with long distance, other boroughs, and even New Jersey. Wow. Interesting. Maybe I shouldn't have read that out, but it's fine. You'll be all right, I think. Michaela, thanks for the 1. Please ask if she voted for Hillary Clinton. I'm sorry, I'm just seeing this. Caroline, thanks for the 2. Thank you, Harry, as well as Dean, Parker, Chris, and Law for getting this Canadian to understand more about not only U.S. politics, but also being interested in politics in general. Thanks for all that you've taught me. Well, hey, thank you so much for being here, Carolyn. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. It means a lot that you would watch us all and listen to the conversation. Sonia, thanks for $1. Guantanamo Bay isn't enough. Hopefully you mean that there's not enough space, not that it should be expanded.
I'm gonna go with hope that that's what they meant as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Brianne, thanks for the 1 cent. Can I put you down with my sister? She loves Peloton. She loves Peloton. That's already got to a good start. Jesse, thanks for the 1. No, ma'am, we are not going to listen to you to tell us to be baby makers. That was a claim. Amber, thanks for the $10. Since I can't have my monthly abortion, I know your monthly abortion, which I don't know about that one. Maggie, thanks for the 15. I've developed a new passion for politics over the last few months, and maybe it's just because of how bad things are right now. And I think that you and Chris had a big influence on me. I look up to you so much. Well, Maggie, we look up to you too. The fact that you're getting involved and getting interested is amazing. I love the passion, truly. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App in the link in the bio for